Hey everybody, welcome back. HSC Podcast 123. Big Box Steve on the mic with Mike Singletary behind me. We got Big Smooth, Fresh West, and Bears 2-2. Getting back. I think the Raiders 2-2, right?
Yeah, but not looking good.
It's all right. It's all right. So a lot of talk about this week. We talk about some college football, get into our week four recap, week five picks. We had a much better week this week, back into our old school style. But there's some good stuff to talk about. So thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any comments are welcome. But let's talk first about, oh, the HSC Podcast Keto Challenge. How we doing? So I know we're just getting started, but our listeners are probably might like to hear about this. So we're doing a keto challenge. We're going to do a percentage of total weight to lost weight. So how's it
I don't know
going, you
what my
guys?
percentage is now because math is hard, but I've lost 8 pounds. So
Oh, that's good. Wes, where are you at?
3 pounds.
3 pounds. Yeah, I'm stuck at 11. I haven't been able to break that, but so we'll go percentages by the end. But how you guys feeling about eating keto? Is it tough?
Well, yeah, it's tough. I'm not like I've what last 5 or 6 days. I mean, I've cut down, but I can't cut all carbs out right now. I'm trying to, but I'll next couple weeks I will. But it's a process, you know. I can't just plan for myself. Um, but once I go out of town, because I'll be in and out of town, I'll be doing it. So.
What's the hardest part about cutting out carbs?
mm, the food, just potatoes, mashed potatoes. Um, Beer wasn't that hard. Soda, a little more difficult because that's the taste I like. The taste I like is the hardest thing. Um, but if when I'm by myself, it will be a lot easier. When I'm alone, I'll I'll get more into it. I'll eat less. I'll work out more. It's just things are not quite. I got too many things going on right now. So.
Well, soda is hard for a lot of people. That's typically one of the hardest parts. Yeah, potato, obviously, bread is obviously usually the biggest.
Bread's easy for me because I'll just replace it with street tacos.
What? That's right.
uh,
Just put it in the podcast.
for me, the hardest is how expensive it is because I'm not doing everything from scratch. So then I have to buy
Right.
this, cauliflower rice or, all this stuff. And they're like, one night, it's like $4 a pop for cauliflower rice. So it's just trying to find time to meal prep everything would be the hardest thing for me.
Well, and they up the price of, the keto stuff, like breads, for example, it's you're paying a couple dollars more at least.
Yeah,
So
we're
yeah,
doing keto English muffins, so they're even like smaller than bread,
right.
and that is almost $5
Yeah.
for like a 6 pack.
Yeah, that's tough. So, which is now why why I make a bunch of stuff at home.
Right. Well, then the meat. I went to get steak and nothing was on sale or anything. So that was disappointing. But
Yeah, the proteins are you're always going to be similar as long if you're eating the same, doesn't matter. But if so if you go buy a big, package of almond flour and you're making your own bread, you know, tortillas, things like that, it's a little cheaper to do it that way.
right.
But then it's a lot of work
Yeah.
because I spend, a couple hours a day prepping or baking like keto ready food.
Right. And that's hard because yeah, for me, I have pick up Grayson and then we have Taekwondo or we have I have only a few days to meal prep for dinners and because those take like an hour to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, but the reality though, like the work put in, always you see results. And so myself, I'm looking for another 20 pounds. And so if I can get there by the end of the year, and I might even win the challenge.
Probably will. I want 80 more pounds, but I'm not thinking that's over like a year.
Yeah, no, you can't lose 80 pounds in 2 months.
No.
No, I told my aunt's friends we're down the coast. I told them about how much showed them what we were doing, and she did keto for a while, and she's like, "You lost 13 pounds. That's too much." In one short period of time, I go, "Well, it depends on the person." Like I think, yeah, it's 13 pounds for me. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And that, but if you're heavier, I don't think it's really that
No,
much.
and that's the thing is it starts really fast at the beginning and then it slows down, as you go. You're going to lose a lot of weight at first and then it's going to slow down significantly. So that's always how it happens if you're doing it right. So we'll keep you guys updated, talk about the HSC Podcast Keto Challenge. But let's get into, of course, some sports here. Um, well, let's just talk a little WNBA, just because. So Caitlin Clark, we talked about her last week, wins the Rookie of the Year, and then they lose first round. And here's what I don't understand. So maybe you guys can help me talk about this. How are people disappointed in what Caitlin Clark did this year, her performance, and then talking about, oh, they lost in the first round, so she's not good?
Who says that?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, Cheryl Swoops, who's horrible.
Yeah, well, it's not. I mean, seriously though, they had the first pick in the draft, they made the playoffs, and they were the
The sixth seed
sixth seed. So
from
and that
last to
winning
sixth
record.
seed.
So
Right?
this is, I mean, she was top 5 in MVP voting, so she did fine. You can't expect. It's a process. They'll probably be a lot better next year. But if you look at the other teams, I mean, the Aces are already down 2-0 to the Liberty, and the Aces are the back-to-back champions. So
Right.
it's stacked up top.
Oh, yeah. Well, the league's totally stacked up top for sure. I'm just wondering how you can put this much. I mean, and is it an effort to, kind of like take away some of her stardom?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, of course. I mean, if you come in and you're like, "Oh, you had a failure of a season when you were a rookie and you took your team to the playoffs," that's a failure of a season. Come on, man.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not, I'm not saying it's happening everywhere, but it's happening.
Yeah, but they've been saying that the whole year. They're like, "Oh no, Angel Reese deserves to be rookie of the year." How? I
Well,
mean,
statistically, it's not even close.
yeah, exactly. That's just the thing is people don't like Caitlin Clark, and I'm not going to get into the reasons why. Maybe they're jealous of her skill. Maybe it's color. Maybe it's other stuff. I don't know why. And maybe it's because her fans can be a little annoying too. So, but when
Yeah.
I watch her play, she doesn't play like a WNBA player. She plays like an NBA player.
Yeah. Oh, her the way she shoots is incredible, and the passes is also really. It's like I'm not. I'm. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I'm saying it's a little bit of Pistol Pete happening the way she passes the ball.
Yeah.
So I just think it's for me. I don't like the way that it's being treated. That yes, your team went to the playoffs, you lost in the first round, and then to like come back and say, oh, like it's a failure or she hadn't lived up to expectations. It's crazy.
Haters are going to hate.
She averaged 19 points a game this season. I don't know the rest of her stats. But I said when I said what she would finish was around 21 and 22. But that, people thought, oh, she's not going to average even 17. I said, come on, that's stupid.
Well,
I don't understand what because I haven't seen anything. Who's upset? Is it the players?
no, it's the talking heads, and most of it's a lot of podcasts, and it's a lot of like ex NBA players or WNBA players.
Yeah, because they're haters. They're jealous because she's more popular than they ever were.
Right.
Think about it. We know who Cheryl Swoops is, but a lot of people don't know who Cheryl
Yeah,
Swoops
right,
is.
right. Well, and in Caitlin Clark's rookie year, she averaged more points, rebounds, and assists than Cheryl Swoops did in her 3 MVP years.
Right. Yeah,
So
the problem with her is you can't. It's a bitterness of not being a factor anymore and getting mad that someone is getting more attention than she ever did. It's human nature for her to just do that, but it's like she just needs to stop because it just makes her look dumb each time talks trash about Caitlin Clark.
yeah, well, I mean, I saw it on some ESPN shows with a couple people I honestly didn't know, but they're saying the same thing. And it's really disappointing to me when you see a rookie come in, have that great of a season, take her team from the worst into the playoffs, and then compete with a really good team. Both games could win either way, both games. So that's a little disappointing.
Yeah.
And I just hate to see what's happening with her right now.
But it's, that's what sells. So of course they're gonna like
Right.
you're like, I don't know who these people are. ESPN gets them, and that's what they do. They're like, oh, we need to find someone that will be like, like Kendrick Perkins or somebody. He'll come out here and talk a lot of trash and say weird stuff. You know what I mean?
So let's talk about an NFL thing close to your guys' heart.
Uh,
I mean, it's all over ESPN. Wes looks like he doesn't know what it is.
I've been in the
oh
car.
no, Wes,
Okay,
you're
well,
gonna.
No, I've been in the car all day and I haven't gotten any notifications on my phone. What's going on?
Devontae Adams has requested to be traded.
Yep, Devontae Adams is now requested to be traded. So now they're trying to figure out what's the best landing spot for Devontae Adams.
Buffalo. Oh, we haven't even gotten Buffalo. Buffalo is. Well, Buffalo and I'll think about it, but yeah.
Well, you guys are gonna like this one, but ESPN says the number 2 landing spot.
See, before you say anything, it's the dumbest thing in the world that they will not trade him to the Chiefs.
No, I mean you can't, right? You
Oh,
can't.
that was the other one, but no, that's not going to happen. The Chiefs, Buffalo is more realistic, and so of course I got to give out to my friend Breyer, who had a rough weekend because Buffalo got spanked, and so he's just upset all Monday. And I said, hey, dude, get a stud wide receiver, and I said Devonta Adams. He's possibly DeAndre Hopkins, and now it's a reality. Are you kidding me? We just won a game, and now you want to get traded?
Let's get
Devontae
traded,
Adams
dude.
had a hammy though.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Oh, he must have been really hurt.
Yeah.
I
Here's
didn't
what
think-
happened. He got butthurt by Antonio Pierce talking about the people
Yeah.
out there, you know.
Yeah.
So then he came, and then the next week he was like, "Oh, my hammy hurts. I can't play," on Thursday. And then Monday he said he wants to be traded.
Right.
And then here's what's the BS that pisses me off even more. And both ways. Antonio Pierce liked a Instagram post about the Raiders are looking to shop Devontae Adams. He goes on Kay Adams' show and she brings it up. And he's all like, "Oh, what? Oh,
What?
I want to be there."
It's not
Dude,
like you just didn't talk
you
about
just
it.
asked for a trade the day
Right.
before. Stop being a.
So what? I
Here's
mean,
my
is
list.
that good for the Raiders? What do you guys
No,
think?
it sucks.
It sucks. So you guys? I mean, obviously Devontae
You're not
Adams
going
is
to.
great.
You traded a first and second for him. The
Right.
best you're going to get is a second for him. You
Best.
lost value. You didn't go to the playoffs with him at all.
Oh no. Oh God, I was feeling so well. I wasn't feeling great after the win, but
So they're gonna take a first round loss, is what you're saying.
Yeah. This has only been, I don't know, gosh, 10, 11 years of, here's some names that when I mention these names, start to get my blood boiled. Khalil Mack. Thank you, John Gruden, for that one.
Right.
Henry Ruggs. John Gruden. Mike Conley, or whatever his name was, Conley. Damon Arnett. Cleveland Farrell. Jonathan Abram. Alex Leatherwood. Antonio Brown. Trading Derek Carr. Now we got Devontae Adams, Josh McDaniels, and Darren Waller.
Wow.
Think about all of that, like trading away that
You didn't
talent for
say
nothing.
Jamarcus Russell.
Well, I didn't go back that far, Steve, because I was going to put in, drafting DJ Hayden after he had open heart surgery,
Right.
but I didn't do that one. I mean,
it's rough. Yeah, I get it.
And here's my thing, and this is really ticks me off. Antonio Pierce, you were brought in because the players wanted you, and supposedly you were going to get the most out of the players. What the F happened in Carolina then? You didn't get the most out of the players. And so what happened? You got butthurt. You go on and do a press conference, which was totally unprofessional. It'd piss anyone off to go in and go, "Some people are making business decisions." Maybe you should have made some coaching decisions and won the game. But then you go, and it's like, you can't, this isn't high school. This isn't college. You can't talk to people like this. These are professionals.
Right.
Devontae Adams is the reason you got the job, dude. Seriously. Him and Max Crosby are the reason you got this job, and you went and did that to him. Right? And so then I think that's where he's like, well, F it, then I'm out.
Well, yeah, that probably is a big reason Devontae Adams, because they're not in bad position. There's no reason for him to really want to like leave as far as the team. Maybe, like I said, what happens in between him, the coach, and all that. But I mean, you look at their where they're at, what their schedule is, like they're not in a horrible position.
They should have traded him when they figured out they want to have a quarterback this year.
Right.
Yeah. There's obviously there's things going on that he probably knows also. He's like, I play my cards right now. I go to a contender.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
going to go to a contender. He's not going to the freaking Tennessee Titans where receivers go to fall off a cliff. He's going to
the Raiders. I traded him to the Panthers.
I would trade the Panthers. Dude.
I mean, I
Bryce
know
Young.
it's not likely, dude.
There we go.
But listen, it's not likely, but what if he does go to the Chiefs?
I don't care.
The only way he could go to the Chiefs is if they get like 3 first rounders, or it's Chris Jones for Devontae Adams.
Well,
because the Chiefs would have to super overpay because there's no incentive for the Raiders to trade him.
Well, ESPN also is a big believer in him going to the Commanders.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Devontae Adams with Jaden Daniels?
Well, that's because that's what he wanted the Raiders to do.
Right. That's tough, dude. Commanders are already looking 10 times better than I thought they were.
Kingsbury is a good offensive coordinator, not a great head coach, but he knows how to run an offense.
Right.
That's the other thing. One more thing pisses me off. Why do we have Luke Getsy on our team as an offensive coordinator?
The worst.
Because of Devontae Adams. Thanks, dude. If you're so mad about your team sucking so bad, maybe you shouldn't bring in Luke, throw a screenplay every 2 plays.
Man. It's kind of unbelievable that Getsy went to the Raiders.
It's because it's Adams' guy.
Oh, man. Well, ultimately, is the Raiders right now, can they be a playoff team? And what happens if they trade Devontae Adams?
it's over.
It's over. It's over.
They know they're not competing if they trade Devontae Adams.
They're not.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Go ahead. Doc.
I mean, sure, you can beat the Browns team with because Deshaun Watson is
Because Deshaun Watson. Oh, you should have heard everybody. I just stopped in late to watch the end of the game, and I've never heard so many people root for the Raiders. I'm kind of wondering if it was because of Deshaun Watson.
Probably.
I was like, whoa, there's a lot of Raider supporters here. like I don't even know. I did not hear it. I didn't even sense that. I haven't been looking at a bunch of stuff. But,
yeah, it's been since this morning.
Oh no, I just thought of it. The Jets. Oh no.
Yeah, your Jets.
Oh no, not the Jets. Don't go to the Jets, whatever you do. That was one of the best parts of the day.
Hey, the Jets are one of the top 4 teams for him.
No, don't go to Aaron Rodgers.
Well, because one, Aaron Rodgers is there. Jets need it.
Okay, Jets here. I'll give you a 3rd rounder in Devontae Adams. You give me Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, dude.
Well, you know what? If you want him so bad.
Now, I hate to say this, but you're going to probably be super disappointed with what you get for Devontae Adams.
Well, we already
know.
We're not going to get anything for him.
No, you're not. It's what I'm saying. You're going to get like a 2nd or a 3rd round, and that's it.
And that's it. You're not even going to get anybody substantial coming back.
Yeah. And then you're just going to be pissed.
Well, and this is why you don't trade him right away. Get a team desperate.
Yeah. But you got what, 3-4 more weeks, right? 4-5 more weeks?
Yeah.
Is it week 8 or week 9?
Yeah. Just remember, Trent Richardson got traded for a 1st round pick.
So I mean that's a big one there. But let's get into college football. Let's talk about last week. And obviously, first game we got to talk about is Georgia, Alabama. What a game. Did you guys watch the whole game?
Yeah, I was at home and I literally didn't leave my TV.
Yeah.
It was that good of a game.
So I left it was 30-7, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make dinner. I'm gonna like it's not exciting anymore. And then I came back in like what, 15 minutes? And Georgia was right back there.
Yeah. I At 30-7, I was kind of doing stuff in the garage house, and I'm just like, probably over. But again, I'm not a big Carson Beck fan, so I didn't give him much hope. And then I started watching, and I realized that Georgia has got some stud receivers. Dude, those guys are men.
Yeah.
Those guys, I mean, he was just throwing it to them. They're open, or they would jump over. I mean, they're just so athletic. And all of a sudden, they're back in the game. And then I was like, oh, they might come back and win this.
But he
Alabama could win
underthrew
it.
like 80% of his passes.
Well, he's still, I mean, let's just say Beck threw for 439 yards.
Yeah.
All right.
Two receivers over 100 yards.
He was
With
27 of 50.
And he
Yeah.
had 3 interceptions.
Three picks. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bad.
So he's like a little over 50%.
Right. With 3 picks.
Yeah.
Well, Milrow, I mean, he still threw for 374 yards, 27 of 33.
Yeah. He showed up.
And he rushed for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns.
If we're talking draft stock, his went up, Beck went down.
Oh, significantly.
Oh, yeah. I don't even understand why Carson Beck's draft stock is that high. Just a lack of options.
Is he a
Yeah.
first rounder?
Yo,
They say he is, but I don't think so.
boy, he shouldn't be. They had like people
Well,
projecting him like 6 months ago, number 5 pick. Then someone
Yeah,
projected
he
him
was
number
top
1.
5. He's been top 5.
Right. But if you're looking at it now, I mean, that was before Cam Ward. Cam
Yeah.
Ward's ahead of him now. Milrow's ahead of him now. Shador's ahead of him now. Right?
Oh yeah, Shador is pretty much always there.
I don't at this point think you can take Carson Beck in the first round.
No, I don't think so
You
either.
shouldn't unless you're desperate. The Raiders better not do it.
They probably will.
Oh,
But I'll be an Indianapolis fan now. I'll be a Colts
Derek
fan.
just talked about it. He threw out a bunch of names. Carson Beck could be one of them.
Dude, I waited all this time for Carson Beck. Like Carson Thomas in the movie, Derek.
Well, at least here's one thing. Maybe Brock Bowers will get more than 3 targets.
Oh, yeah, Carson Beck will throw to him every time.
Yeah.
But overall, I gotta say, excitement level on that game when Alabama like just took the big lead, it like took a bunch of wind out of my sails, right? Watching the game. But then when Georgia started coming back, it kind of reminds you of why you love college football.
Well, I was just watching just before we got on. I get home and TV's on, and they have the USC from Texas,
Oh,
like showing the game.
best
and
national championship,
That
dude.
is that Alabama Georgia. It had that feel, especially at the end when Ryan Williams, this kid he's a kid. He's 17.
17.
He's 17, and he caught that and made that move. I was like, that's what a 17-year-old does.
Think about this.
Dude, I couldn't do anything at 17. Like it was like insane.
He is the best player in that game. And
Yeah,
he's 17. Think about
Right.
how many 5-star, how many blue
Right.
chip players.
There's so many 5-stars.
And he was like heads above everyone. He made those two defenders like
yeah. It was silly. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how you could have the body control to make that move.
Well, and we talked about this. We've talked about this a lot, and where we're at right now, given this game, where does that put Alabama? You know, is Texas still number one in your mind, or is Alabama number one? Like, where are you guys at?
I mean, by default, well, Alabama beat Georgia, so to me, they have the case to be number one just because of Milrow. I mean, he's so dynamic. I mean, honestly, it's like Ryan Williams playing quarterback and running the ball. He's such a dual threat. That I would put them number one over Texas because not only that, Texas really wants to, they want Ewers going to come back, and if they play in the playoff, I don't, I don't even think it's much of a matchup. Milrose will just kind of take over the game.
funny.
No.
Didn't Quinn Ewers beat Alabama last year?
Yeah, but Milrose is not. I mean, just losing to Michigan, he was just so young.
He was.
He's just way.
He's
He
definitely
seems like
grown.
that was
But-
the one thing that I was wondering this year. Did he grow up from that game?
Right.
Did he grow up from those games? Because he didn't play very well in those games. He wasn't making good decisions. But when it comes to the eye test, what we saw against Georgia,
When you go, dude, when you go 27 to 33, rush for 117 yards and two
Yeah.
touchdowns, you're saying something.
but we could also say Georgia has lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
And so they have had to replace their defense.
They're still Georgia though, right
yeah,
now.
but it's not the same as last year.
They're the team.
And so, I mean, you gotta give it to, can't think.
DeBoers.
I can't. Yeah, I can never say his name. DeBoer.
Yeah, DeBoer.
He,
Yeah.
I mean, look, he's kind of taken Miller to another level here.
Dude, this is a big game for them.
Yeah, because everyone had their doubts. I mean, remember
Yeah.
this guy is not from that area.
No.
And look at what's happened to coaches that go down there, and it's just like, hey, you're not one of us. So he has to really earn their respect. The boosters, the fans, like, okay, are you one of us? And so winning these games like this,
Dude, you know who the leading rusher for that game was?
Milrow.
Milrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far. Yeah, he almost had 500 yards of offense.
Right.
He had
At 494. Yeah,
494.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's what he can do. The question is, it's early in the season. Pressure's going to get quite a bit tougher when you start getting in the playoff. Now, can he do that under pressure? And going back to the Ewers thing, right? We saw what Ewers did under pressure against Washington. I mean, they came back and almost won that game, but they still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he beat Alabama.
Well, yeah,
So
but
It was
you can't
early
say
in the year.
Milrow grew from that game, but then Ewers can't grow from. He went into the. I know Michigan's not the same, but he went into the big house and beat Michigan.
yeah.
This year,
But
right?
yeah. I mean, Michigan's been playing better, but I mean, hey, he's gonna come back. He's not gonna go to the NFL. He's not gonna say, you know what,
Wait.
I'm just gonna sit this out. He's gonna come
So,
out. And,
Now I got
Texas-
this question though, Derek. You're saying Ewers is better than Arch Manning?
Right now,
He's more ready.
You think
Dude.
Texas will put Ewers back in?
Yeah, he's coming back for Oklahoma.
That's what they're. That's yeah.
Here's the thing: it's the glorifying the backup. I know Arch Manning is the guy and everything, but who did he play?
Right.
Come on, man.
You
He
you
played
were
two glorified like division. They weren't even great teams at all. They knew, oh, Ewers, you can sit out. We can rest you and get Arch some playing time against this scrub teams.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Mississippi State's typically good. They're not great this year.
Yeah, I feel like
Well,
Ewers could have
but
played if it was something
here's
important.
here's the funny thing. Did you see the clock on Arch Manning's like 60-yard touchdown run?
He's faster than Tyreek Hill.
That he's faster than Tyreek Hill?
What?
That's what they clocked him at.
This year.
No, on the field.
Yeah, from this year clocking. It wasn't
Right.
from his career.
Right. But from that clocking on that run, how does that happen?
Well, because Tyreek hasn't had a big, huge gain because he has no quarterback to throw him the ball.
But still, even if it wasn't against Tyreek Hill, number who is against. If you're running a 21 mile per hour, actually a little less than 21, that's fast. So how does Arch Manning run 21 miles per hour?
Because he's like
He said
his
he got it
dad.
from the mom.
Dude, he's got something going on, dude.
Yeah, and then they started showing some of his throws. I mean, he's getting lucky on some of his throws. He's like I said, he's young and he hasn't played much, and that's the problem with if you're gonna go with him.
So there's no chance that he takes over for Ewers.
I guarantee you that there's a lot of people within Texas football that want it. They don't want Ewers back.
Oh yeah, I mean because they love him down there, dude. Of course they love Arch Manning. He's a Manning.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I think Ewers coming back, and as long as he remains healthy, he's gonna be the starter.
Yeah. Well, I don't see how they will lose up to the playoffs, so there'll be no reason to replace him.
Well, don't they have to play like Alabama or
They'll have to play
Georgia or something?
Let's see what their schedule is. Yeah, they got Georgia, Oklahoma, and Texas A&M. They got Kentucky though. Kentucky, you never know. Yeah, so it's just really Georgia. They beat Georgia, they're good.
That's at home.
What about the Illinois Penn State? We talked about that game last week. Close game in the first half. Penn State scores a couple touchdowns, wins in the end.
Penn State or Illinois is what West New Illinois was.
We are what you thought you were. Yeah. I think Wes, you called that one.
Well, I think Penn State's problem is what their problem is all the time, is they don't score a lot of points. And like I said, this is not 1968. You have to score points if you're going to win the whole thing, because I think people thought that Owler was the guy that was going to, okay, this is our missing component. We got a guy that, with a couple weapons that we can stretch the field. I just still don't think they have the speed on the outside to stretch the field. And so
right.
That's going to become a problem going forward.
Well, because you're not going to run the ball 40 times against Michigan.
No. A lot of team. You're not doing it.
Where you're not going to get 6 yards of carry anyway.
Assuming that they will make the playoff at large, that's not going to happen with a lot of teams. They have to score points.
Right.
And their defense is good, but it's not that good. This isn't It's a different era. You got to score points.
Well, and then here's a big trap game, which I said last week. Utah losing to Arizona. Arizona's not easy.
No. You don't want to, yeah.
And Utah is not a number 10 team. I don't care.
No, absolutely not. But Arizona can put it on you. I mean, like they can score points. And with it again, a team like Utah, they're like Penn State, it's like that's nice. You got a good defense. You got some guys that, they're great football players, but you still need speed. In this day and age, you need speed.
Right. And I think that Utah's downfall is going to be playing against Big Ten SEC teams. I just don't think they match up well.
Well, hey, forget about Utah. I mean, you got now you got Colorado entering the mix, kind of sleeping through, like, and people kind of like, well, they're not a real serious contender. But when you have teams dropping like Oklahoma State, Utah, I mean, Arizona's there. Arizona's coming up. So it's wide open.
And the Kansas State bounced back in a big way.
Yeah,
But-
Kansas State beats.
Well, Kansas State beat Oklahoma State.
Right.
Big.
So to me, they're the favorites, especially the eye test. They're the favorites, but I don't think it's a given that they're that good.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing about Kansas State, though, dude, is they have no one left on their schedule. They have an easy finish.
Yeah. Yeah, they should be in the championship.
Right. Now that you've beaten Oklahoma State,
Yeah.
you're gonna go with one loss. Like they're gonna finish the
They
season.
play Colorado on October 12th, so there they go.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not sold on Colorado.
Yeah. They're playing better.
I think they're gonna have a
3-1.
tougher time versus Kansas and Iowa State.
Well, yeah. Iowa State's always tough. Kansas. I mean, there's some tough games there, but I don't know. I think Kansas State overall, they got a good team, and their quarterback, man, he's tough to play. That guy's he's a tough runner. He's a big guy. He can throw the ball. He doesn't get any really recognition right now, but
Well, so Iowa State's undefeated still. That's a tough game. That's their last game of the year. But what's going on with BYU?
They already beat up on Kansas State.
Right. BYU 5-0, beat Kansas State, winning the Big 12 right now.
it's like 1985. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I didn't hear about this. I did not hear about this. I forgot that you guys did it.
So BYU still plays Arizona next week, Oklahoma State the week after, Utah 2 weeks later, and then Arizona State and Houston. So they got a tough schedule.
Yeah.
If BYU goes undefeated or even loses one, they're playoff bound.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah, I didn't put. I'm so stupid. I had to do it. Oklahoma State, the odds to win the national championship is stupid.
It's over.
It's like I put $20. I would win like $5,500.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when they lost, I was like, no.
I could bet on the Patriots to win the Super Bowl also,
Yeah.
dude. So it's the same.
$20.
You can bet on the Browns to win the Super Bowl also, and then
Yeah, dude.
Well,
Oh yeah, the Browns.
you will see when the Browns come back. Don't worry about
Who's
it.
their dude? They should just put in Jameis Winston.
Chubb will be back very
Yeah,
soon.
that's true.
You see a whole different Browns team.
Chubb is coming back.
Okay, I want to talk about this one player that should be up for Heisman,
Oh, geez.
and that's Ashton Genenti.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I think he is up for Heisman though, right?
Yeah, but dude, he rushed for 259 yards against Washington State, averaging 10 yards a rush.
Right. No, I mean, it's not like he's not there though.
Yeah,
No.
but it's all about the other guy. It's all about Hunter, and it's all
Right.
about, but
I mean, dude's got 845 yards in 4 games.
right.
That's 210 yards a game.
And it's not against scrub teams, too. He did a lot against Oregon.
Oregon, Washington State, well, Georgia Southern, Portland State.
Yeah,
Let's come on. uh UNLV, like they don't have a tough schedule at all.
Whoa.
Oh, that UNLV game's gonna be big. So they got UNLV in 3 weeks, right before Halloween. UNLV, Boise State, dude. That's gonna be a big game,
Well, and Boise State's got, a target on them because they're leaving for the Pac-12,
right?
and UNLV is staying.
I'm circling that game right here. 10:25.
How about
UNLV,
that?
Boise State.
So Sluka, he just kind of peace out. I want more money. I didn't get it. So
Yeah,
what
nobody
UNLV
cares.
do? They win 59-14, and the quarterback throws for 182 yards and runs for 119.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Fresno State though.
See ya, Sluka.
Let's see how he does against Syracuse.
Dude.
Because Syracuse is actually pretty good. And you know who they got?
You got McCord.
Good old Kyle McCord.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's just look at it. Kyle McCord's thrown for 1,500 yards in 4 games. I know Syracuse ain't good, dude, but that's a lot of yards.
I don't know. It was kind of fun. I was like, what was it, watching Army play. That was fun. I didn't see them pass the ball once. They had against, I know they're playing Temple. I mean, shoot, we could freaking try out for Temple right now. They're bad. I've never seen Temple good at football at all. Dude, they had 419 yards rushing and Temple had 3. And all their quarterback, it's just like, dude, he reminded me of what Steve would have been. Like, if he would have bulked up like 20 pounds, he was just like Steve. That's how he ran. He's just like, I'm gonna run through people. It's like, dude, you're really not that big.
It's the best way to do it, dude.
Yeah. I'm not gonna run around you all the time. I'm gonna put my shoulder down, I don't care. I love the triple option. Whenever I see it, I'm like, okay, I'm watching the whole game.
Oh man. Gotta love the triple option. Let's see. So let's wrap up this college football. Louisville, Notre Dame. Notre Dame jumps out early. I thought Louisville had a chance here. Not a big win,
Yeah.
but big win for Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's like I know they came out in the green uniforms. They have to do stuff like that. Especially they should do that in the playoff because they're gonna need some luck. It feels like one of those years like in 2013 where it's almost like Notre Dame like almost runs the table and they're gonna excite their whole fan base and they're gonna show up in the playoff and just get rolled by Alabama or Georgia, and not even score a point like they usually do in big games.
Or lose to like Penn
Oregon State. Like, I mean, I like to see them do good because I just like how the bottom just drops out from them. It's like so.
Well, you get lucky because look, Louisville had the highest yardage passer, highest yardage runner, highest yard receiver. So Louisville had all the offensive stats, but
Yeah.
Notre Dame just played more solid, more effective, and didn't turn the ball over. So
Yeah.
Louisville should have won that game.
We had 3 turnovers though.
Right. And then last one was Oklahoma State, Kansas State. I think we talked about this last week. We all thought Kansas State would win this game by running the ball, which they did. I think that kind of kills Oklahoma State's chances at the Big 12.
The thing about the Big 12, I thought so too, but unless you have scenarios where teams beat up on you, there's still a lot of football to play. What if they all beat up on each other? Kansas State is going to be there. No, to me, no matter what, it's everybody else. What if everybody beats
Oklahoma State has to beat BYU. So
They
they
have
got BYU in 2 weeks. They have to
They
win the
have to
game.
win out. They've lost 2
Right.
conference games.
Right. You got to win the whole.
They have to win out and hope that other people lose twice, and they got to start beating people for the tiebreakers, and that gets them at least in the championship. And then anything can happen. And then the crazy thing is, the winner of that Big 12 championship game gets the bye. It doesn't matter how bad they are. It doesn't matter how many losses they have.
Then Wes, you got a chance at your.
I do. Are you saying there's a chance?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Go Cowboys! Mike Gundy. No, the best Mike. Did I say this
that's
about
awesome.
the Mike Gundy story when he said there was how he scheduled Alabama? So he gets on.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Hey, you said it the other week about him. He's
Okay,
like,
I
I won't be
said
there
it.
anymore.
It was the funniest thing ever.
Now, here's what's going to happen, Wes.
Oh, jeez.
They're going to make it.
Yeah, they are.
And then they're going to play Notre Dame. And then Notre Dame will
brutal.
destroy them.
Dude.
Because Wes was talking trash about Notre
Oh,
Dame.
yeah. That would be typical. And then they'll go play Alabama.
And then Notre Dame will get destroyed.
Just zeros for Notre Dame. Dude. Nah, yeah.
Notre Dame needs to bring back the Lou Holtz offense, man. That's how the only way they should be.
They got to bring back McDougal and the Rocket. You got to find a player like the Rocket.
Tony Rice.
Tony Rice. I'm not going to say Rick Meyer. No.
Ron Paulus.
Ron Paulus? No, he wasn't good. I was thinking about somebody else. No, Ron Paulus was average. He was supposed to be so great. Remember that?
Yeah. And
He was the next Joe Montana.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much college football to watch. It's overwhelming. Like, I was just like watching games. I'm like, oh my God, there's like so many good games on. And you just really don't know where to go. It's not like the NFL. NFL, I'm like, meh, whatever.
I don't know. What was the horrible games we had this week?
I don't know. I was focused
Patriots,
on
Niners.
dude. And to listen to the nauseating Niner fans, at the G spot, oh my God, dude. Oh, I mean, it's like they're becoming like Packer fans. They're like, oh, first down, and ring the cowbell. I'm like, dude,
no.
you're the Niners, dude. You got to have some self-respect. You do have a respectable organization. They'd probably be like, why are you acting like this? John Lynch is like, whoa, dude. Dial it down 5 notches. You're playing the Patriots.
Okay, you guys ready to go week 6? College football here. Oh, Oregon, Michigan State on Friday night.
Yeah.
Jonathan Smith.
What do you guys think about that game?
Oh, man.
Jonathan Smith's going to wish he was still at Oregon State after this game.
Yeah, I think
at Autzen, right? I think Oregon probably wins big.
Yeah, I think
spread's 24.
That's a lot. That's a
Oh, I
lot.
don't know
I
about
saw
that.
that. I saw that. I was like, that's a lot of points.
I don't know about that.
Like, the good thing that wasn't for the UCLA game because I think Oregon had mercy on UCLA. They're like, you know what, you guys are bad.
I
We're not
don't
going to
think
put up 50 on you.
I don't think Oregon covers 24.
That's a lot. But I haven't even seen Michigan State play. I don't. Wait a minute, they played. No, they played Notre Dame, did they? No, no.
I mean, they're still 3-2.
Well, yeah. You're going to Autzen Friday night. You're going to a night game.
Also, Syracuse UNLV.
Ooh. Whoever thought I'd want to watch that game?
I kind of want to watch that game.
No, I
Yeah.
do. I gotta pull up my old UNLV shirt from 1991 I used to wear when I was a kid.
That was for Basketball West.
It doesn't matter.
What do you guys think, though?
That's like my favorite picture I have as a kid.
Who's going to win this game? Syracuse UNLV Friday night.
Dude,
Vegas, man.
Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
Yeah.
You can't come from New York to Vegas and win, right?
No.
On a Friday night, too.
On a
It'll be
Friday
like
night?
2 months starstruck.
You know these kids are like, okay, curfew's 11. Okay, coach, I'm gonna go to bed at 11 in Las Vegas. They're gonna go out and party. They're gonna come in like Varsity Blues, and they're gonna lose like by 2 touchdowns.
Dude, this guy Pena for Syracuse has got 5 touchdowns already in 4 games.
Yeah.
Trevor Pena. I'm going to take UNLV.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, let's see. UCLA, Penn State, Missouri, Texas A&M morning game. Missouri's 9, Texas A&M's 25, 4-0, 4-1 in College Station though. I think you got to go with Missouri here, right?
Yeah, I think Texas A&M.
Oh,
I'm taking Missouri.
yeah. I think Missouri's winning this.
Can't go into College Station, and it's not.
Dude. You're right though. College Station's tough.
If it was AT&T Stadium, I'd say, yeah, they are going to college. Actually, oh, that's Arkansas. They always play them in AT&T Stadium.
Okay, it's not this is a good game, but okay, I've seen this about Florida State. Is DJU the worst quarterback you ever seen?
The
We were just talking about Ron Paulus, and I think he was worse than DJU.
no,
Dude, did you see some of his throws this year?
no, you can't throw the ball.
Well, he's
No,
out,
man.
so it doesn't matter now.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's obscene.
They're
Some
1-4.
Yeah, and I loved it how when they played Georgia Tech, how much they hyped him, and I'm like, dude, I have more inside information than they do. I mean, I watched him at Oregon State. Why are you hyping this guy? Oh yeah, well and I'm like, no, he's very average, but he's not average. He's not good.
Did you see the SMU game though?
I saw some of the
Dude,
highlights.
you're playing SMU and you're throwing pick sixes?
Yeah, he's playing catch with the other team. Like,
SMU beat them 42-16.
Well, it's because Florida State voted not to let them into the ACC.
A little bit of payback. But still, come on, dude.
yeah,
You're
lacks
Florida
confidence.
State and
You
you're
just
playing
feel the
SMU.
He plays scared. He does not play with confidence. It's amazing to me that, and I don't think he has a lot of ability. He has some ability. But you have an arm. You have an arm, you have a hand, you grab the ball, and if you can throw the ball. And he obviously can't even throw the ball.
Well, here's the thing. It's the coaching staff. Here's why. What kind of team was Oregon State? What? 3 yards and a cloud of dust, right?
Yeah,
They
running the
weren't.
ball, for
Yeah,
sure.
they weren't expecting him to do tons of stuff. He shouldn't be throwing the ball 30 times a game.
No, he shouldn't.
But that's their offense, though.
Yeah.
Then they shouldn't have gone for him. They should have gone for Cam Ward.
Right. Yeah. But he went to Miami. What are you going to do?
They should have gone for Kyle McCord.
Right. Yeah, because Kyle McCord went to Syracuse, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he could easily went to Florida State.
How many Ohio State quarterbacks that transferred turn out to be good other places?
Well, we know at least one. Mr. Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Burrow. You have Ewers. You have McCord now.
Oh, yeah. Ewers. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But McCord isn't going to be the same because he went to fucking Syracuse.
Yeah. I don't know. They're just kids, man. They get paid $100,000 or $3,000 and then quit the team and just walk off the team because they didn't get paid their $100,000. That's just wild.
So before we get into NFL picks, any college picks for our listeners? Like, what's the upset of the week? Like, who should they be betting on?
This is more of a West question than me, but
No, I met a professional gambler and we're supposed to go up to the casino and bet on college football, but never heard back from him. I know this. Well, let me look back at the schedule here.
Here's what I'm going to tell. Here's what I'm going to take. And this is a tough take, but I'm taking SMU over Louisville. That's your game right there.
SMU Louisville.
SMU, because Louisville is a favorite. I think SMU wins the game.
No.
That's where I'm putting my money.
Are we talking about like surprises or are we just talking about sure things?
What are you betting on? Yeah. I mean, it could be
What am I betting on?
Taking a team by 25.
The U is playing at Cal on Saturday night, which I want to go to that game. I might go to the game, dude.
You get Miami by 10?
Dude, I'm going to go down to Cal. Miami by 10? Miami by 50.
Well, that's the spread. The spread's 10.
The spread is 10. Cal isn't that bad. I'm taking the points, though. I'm taking Miami. Miami's going to beat Cal.
So Miami by more than 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got SMU. We got Miami. We need, what, 2 more for a parlay?
I got South Carolina covering against Mississippi.
Okay. By 9? Ooh, man, that's tough. Mississippi scores a lot of points.
Ooh, that's well,
but
he's good.
But South Carolina looks good, so I'm good with that. No, I'm okay with that. So we got SMU, we got Miami, we got South Carolina. We need one more for a 14 parlay.
Alabama to cover.
Who's Alabama playing?
Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah. What's the spread? 23. Jesus. God, though, they probably still will cover.
Oh yeah. They're playing Vanderbilt.
No.
Cover.
You know what? I like Boise State. They're good. You think they're going to outscore Utah State by 27?
Nah, I don't know. I wouldn't touch that.
That's what I'm saying. I think Utah State, I'd take that. Give me 27 points.
We got to go look and see what Okay, well, Utah State lost to Temple.
No, they did.
Yes,
Oh,
they
that's
They're
the
did.
1
game.
and
That's the
3,
only
dude.
game Temple
But
won.
look, Utah State's played USC and Utah in their first 4 games.
In Temple.
Look,
Yeah, and they lost to USC 48-0.
Oh God.
Oh, and they beat Robert Morris. So
Tell
that's
me another
Isn't that
team.
like a modeling school?
Tell me another team that's played in their first 6 games 4 top 25 teams.
I need more water. I'm done.
How tough is that, dude? You're like, hey, in your first 6 games, you're gonna play 4 top 25 teams. That's brutal.
Yeah, but they've only played one so far.
Well, no, they played USC and Utah.
What? Where's Utah at?
Uh,
First
game,
week they had Robert
game 2,
Morris.
yeah, and then
Second week they
USC.
had USC.
Third game they Utah.
Oh, okay, you're right.
And then they
Utah beat
played
them by
Boise State
17.
and UNLV in 4, 5, and 6, dude. That's a tough schedule.
But you really don't think Boise State's going to rack up
27? They're a running team.
Yeah, but Boise State almost beat Washington State by 21, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know. 27's a lot, dude.
Yeah. Boise State
Well,
has put up 56 points, 34 points.
all right. Well, give us a better one then. You think Oregon is going to spread 24 on Michigan State?
Yeah, let's see here.
What about UNLV, actually? They got a 7-point spread on Syracuse.
I'm going to say Michigan goes into Washington and beats them.
Is Washington the favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. No, I'm done. Yeah, Michigan. That's it. Take Michigan. No. Yeah. Let's take Michigan. You're a dog. You're number 10. Washington's not even ranked.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take Michigan there.
Have West take our bets.
I had a good argument for Utah State, dude, but Michigan a dog? Come on. All right, so we got Miami covering. We got Michigan. Doesn't matter if they just need to win.
SMU
SMU
and South Carolina.
and South Carolina. Wait, who picked South Carolina?
I didn't. You don't like that one?
Tough. Well, they're at home. They're good. Yeah, you're good.
If they're at home,
They're at home. No.
I think
dude,
I
South
think
Carolina's tough at home.
Ole Miss is overrated. Like they lost, and I just don't. That's not a bad because
All right, dude.
Balance.
Wes, did you get the 14 parlay there?
It's SMU, South Carolina, Miami, and what's the fourth?
Michigan.
Ooh, well, dude.
And Miami. Wait, so Miami,
Yeah.
Michigan, SMU, South Carolina.
Here you go, Steve. So we're worried about South Carolina, but against the defensive juggernaut of Kentucky, South Carolina put up 31.
Kentucky's
Yeah, so here we go. So let's do $20 a piece. You guys feel good about that?
well, yeah, I'm doing $20.
$20? I got $20.
Yeah.
$20. And then that's our 14 parlay. So Wes, you gotta go bet that.
All right, I'll go up there after this.
I mean, you don't go the second, dude, because they don't play till Saturday, but You got the picks?
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I can't screw that up. I don't think.
All right. All right. Well, let's get into this NFL. Here we go. Week 4 wrap up. Get into week 5. So we're back in business, right? So I was 11-5. You guys were 10-6. Get back to that at least close to 500.
I'm 500 now.
Yeah.
Out of 125 people last night, I was in second in our Super Bowl. I almost won the money, and then freaking Miami's killed me.
Dude, Miami's trash.
Dude, Miami's bad.
So bad. Well, let's get into week 4. Let's get into week 4 here. So, close game, close game, close game. I mean, I got to look at Jets and Denver as the first game, which obviously there was a bunch of rain, right? So weather issues.
Yeah.
But come on, dude. The Jets, you're losing to Denver?
Well, I mean,
Oh, and Devontae, you think that's a better situation?
yeah. Aaron looked old. He was
Bad.
banged up.
He looked
They came
real
after
bad.
him on the 4th down when they did the double, like the corner safety blitz. They both blitzed and hit him.
He
I was like,
couldn't-
dude, you're not going to survive.
he can't move, dude. He can't throw.
He does move. When he's running, he's okay. But he doesn't seem like he can move in the pocket very well.
No, not at all.
And
He got sacked 5 times.
And what's annoying is, remember after the game, well, before the game was the best. Sunday countdown. I turned on my TV. Oh, what a surprise. I never see Aaron Rodgers on TV. I never hear him talk at all. They're talking about how well they're doing now. You beat the Titans, for God's sakes. Congratulations. Let's give you the Super Bowl trophy right now. And, they hype him up, and I'm like, I hope Denver goes in there and smacks him in the mouth. And that's exactly what they did. And they had no answer for it. They couldn't run the ball. And I love it at the end of the game how he's like, well, our offensive line, they kept getting false starts and I just let them.
I mean, let's still get it straight though. They had the field goal to win, and Zerline missed
because they got so conservative because Knicks only had 60 yards passing in the game.
He was
He had 60 yards
negative 9 yards at halftime.
Yeah. It's so they get the ball back after the 4th down. And I'm like, all right, let's run a couple plays. It's like they almost like took a knee for 3 downs. I go,
right.
You need a first down. You can't give the ball back to Aaron Rodgers.
They didn't care. They did it.
And he at least got him in position, but the weather's so bad. But still, they didn't score a touchdown the whole game.
Hey, Wes, look, it's anybody's game in a monsoon.
Let's get out of the monsoon.
I will, and it'll be weird, but I'm going to defend Aaron Rodgers here.
Don't.
Yeah, he's right, though. Dude, you're at home. How can you have so many false starts? Stop being so stupid, you offensive lineman. Seriously. We played how long? We know that. You're in the NFL.
We practice it for months.
Exactly. And what pisses me off even more is, and this was what was great, was because, and I have to appreciate Aaron Rodgers sometimes because he is kind of like a crabby old man. But like Saleh was all like, well, maybe, and then Rodgers is like, well, maybe they should just do their jobs.
No, he basically said, no, let them fail. They'll learn from this. That's what he said. Which he's right. We'll just change everything up. It's like, no.
Well, you got to understand, dude, when you get 40 years old, like you get cynical. Like it's time to like talk about these kids like messing up, and it's time to just be like, look, dude, do your job. Like you get
Rodgers isn't putting up. He's not like, I'm not coddling. We're not getting participation trophies.
Right, I get it.
You need to do your job.
Right.
Yeah, because you can't just change up counts and all this stuff. That's not a long-term answer.
And
But
isn't he
you
one of the
gotta
greatest
realize-
at that?
Go ahead.
what?
Go ahead, Derek.
Well, I was going to say, isn't he one of the greatest at the hard counts?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by far.
So you're going to tell him to stop doing that?
Right.
Come on, man.
Well, because your own guys are going to jump off sides or false start. Well, so the thing I got to understand about the Jets, they are one of the most talented, physically talented teams in the league, but they're one of the worst disciplined teams in the league.
Jets are the Jets.
No, and their offensive coordinator is not good.
Oh,
That too.
dude, that's
Because
even worse.
There was no creativity.
He might be as bad as Luke Getsy with the Bears.
Yeah.
They
Dude.
both came from Green Bay.
Yeah, right. It's the same place.
And like I said, Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old.
But he's got to retire, dude. Like
He looks 40 years old.
he's also arguing with his head coach.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get along with your head coach, you arguing that, like then you're mad about your young kids making mistakes. At some point, you got to retire.
And not only that, he is rated the number one most annoying player in the NFL. And actually, he's like 25%. And I think next is Travis Kelce. He's like at 17. I mean, he blew past Travis Kelce. How can you do that? I just watched Travis Kelce in a Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercial. I'm like, what does Taylor think about? What are Taylor's friends sitting around like, dude?
Okay,
You
so
kidding me?
this is off topic, but I just gotta say that the Kelsey brothers, they're out there like promoting like cereal and all these stuff, which is like super bad for kids to eat, right? They're like, hey, eat a bunch of sugar and really bad like processed food. And
What are they
these two
supposed-
dudes are out there promoting it. And plus Pfizer. So let's not get Pfizer
Pfizer.
tested.
Well, here, how about chunky soup? How much sodium is in that?
Dude.
You're so all right. I wish they
That's
do
what
an
I'm saying.
Oreo commercial.
Is like
to
these
talk about
guys
that.
have become like the the kings of horrible like food, processed food for people.
Well,
It's all about the Benjamins.
Right.
dude.
So bad.
But see, that's the thing is a lot of Aaron Rodgers. You know, he could. The offensive line. You knew the offensive line wasn't be that good. Number one, but the hype, the talk, the always being in the media, and the media is at fault for it because they want to talk about. It. They want to talk about it's New York. We're all supposed to care about New York. Well, most of the country doesn't, and that's just the media. And so he found a spot to go to from the Packers where he's like, you're it, dude. You have taken up the mantle of being Joe Namath, right? And you better put this, or you're gonna get booed at. It could get so bad he could get booed out of New York.
Well, he had the first year entry though, which is the worst possible thing that could have happened.
I know, but
So he kind of got
Captain
screwed
America,
in that
man, come up the
point.
American flag, man. That's a lot of responsibility. Why
Yeah,
else the American
run
flag?
out with the American flag.
You know?
Well, okay, let's talk about Tampa Bay, Philadelphia for a second. I know. I mean, I think at least you both lose on this. I had
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
I picked the Eagles. That's probably why you have the lead. Well, no,
Well, that was probably our swing game, right?
that was one, yeah.
But what's going on in Tampa Bay right now? That's the question.
Well,
Well, it's hard because it was a home game, and Eagles still didn't have AJ Brown, and Smith was.
yeah,
Smith, yeah. So they had both Smith and Brown out.
yeah. You can't tell a lot right there. I mean, I watched the end of the game. I didn't see much of it. Eagles fan was so mad. and so drunk. So I didn't pay attention because it was hilarious how drunk he was. But again, Jalen Hurts doesn't feel
Jalen
comfortable. He
Hurts
doesn't have
does
his
not
weapon.
look good.
But then again, you got to give it to him. He doesn't. But this is the thing about Jalen Hurts. He's got to have all his weapons at his disposal to be a very good quarterback. He can be a very good quarterback, but he's not like all the greats. If they're down a man, they're down their best receiver.
But
they'll
dude,
figure out a way
come
to
on.
get out a win
Look,
against Tampa Bay.
Understand this for a second. If I have AJ Brown and Devonta Smith, I'm a good quarterback too.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's upper echelon because he can't manage without one of them.
Well, we just saw that, right?
Yeah. But when you lose both of them, then it's like a fire drill.
Yeah.
Like it's all, he looked bad. He didn't know what to do.
Dude, it was awful actually.
Yeah.
Like it was real bad.
Take Mike Evans and Godwin away from Baker Mayfield.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean it's not any different.
Oh, it's not. No, that's
kind of the point.
The point is it Tampa Bay? What's going on in Tampa Bay? What's going on is they have all their weapons. They have some nice pieces, It is early in the season, and already Baker's making podcast appearances. If I was Baker, I'd never get on a podcast. Ever.
Well, yeah, because he's an idiot, dude. Have you listened to him talk on his podcast?
No, I taped what Brady's response was. I had to tape it because I was just laughing so hard.
Dude.
He walked into that one. That was just like a PR blunder.
Yeah.
If I was his agent, I would have pulled him off the podcast. Like, sorry,
I have a hard time listening to Baker, dude.
But Baker's Baker. He got his words twisted up. That's what Baker does. And look at his commercials. I don't know how he could be in a commercial. But he said the wrong thing, and it's just like Brady just torched him. That's getting torched. This isn't daycare.
Okay, so what's going on in Washington right now? Commanders 3-1.
Yeah. Man. I know what's going on because I predict them to go to the playoffs. Commanders, the Commodores. That's why I named my team the Commodores.
I know. I mean, I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, I don't know. It's early.
Did any of us think the Commanders would be here at 3-1?
Wes said he's going to make the playoffs.
I said they're going to make the playoffs.
Look, they have the Browns and the Ravens next 2 games.
Yeah.
Does that put them back to 3-3?
I'm sorry, Steve. They'll probably be 4-2.
They're going to be 4-2, dude. The Browns aren't beating them.
Hey,
unless they got lucky.
Then they got the Bears. So
there's the big game right there.
They don't have the toughest schedule. So I guess the question is, I mean, it's not about the Commanders in general, but the Commanders 3-1. Never would have expected it. Is Jaden Daniels better than Caleb Williams?
Oh, don't even do that to yourself, man. Because they are going to play. And that's
not my question. It's my question for you guys.
I think it's more of he's got Cliff Kingsbury. If Caleb would have gone to the Commanders, I think he'd be fine right now.
I like Jaden Daniels better. I always liked him better. Just he's got his head's on better. He kind of did things the right way. He didn't put a lot of tension on himself. And he's played a lot of college football. I mean, he played for what? 4 years? I mean,
so did Caleb.
Yeah, but Jaden Daniels played bad football at Arizona State on a bad team. And then he went to a good situation. And then you saw how good he was. And people were like shocked, like, holy crap, he's good. And he runs the ball better. He makes better decisions, and he's in a better situation. So, yeah, he's going to do better. I would rather have Jaden Daniels.
So if you had the number one pick in the draft, you're taking James Daniels over Caleb Williams,
It depends who my team is.
Chicago Bears, number one pick.
Oh, don't do this, dude. Stop.
I'm still taking Caleb Williams.
You
It doesn't
got
matter
no
who's
choice.
quarterback; they're going to get killed back there with that offensive line
Yeah.
and the offensive coordinator.
Jane Daniels, the downfall of Jane Daniels is he seems like he can get broken in half at any point, and that's your problem. So durability is a big issue. So, yeah, I mean,
Well, that's the question: is who are you guys taking at number one between Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams? Are you so Derek? You're taking Caleb Williams.
I'm taking Daniels.
Let's take Daniels. I gotta be honest. I'm taking Daniels too.
If you give, we already know what would happen if Williams had Kingsbury as his OC, right?
Well, I mean, we don't. The decision making is still in question for Caleb Williams when it comes to overall. He's made some plays that you're just like, are you kidding me?
Well, he's missed a lot of throws, but so is Jaden Daniels. And like Anthony Richardson's perfect example.
Yeah.
He's missed so many open throws.
Yeah.
But you're talking about a guy who is the most athletic quarterback in the league, has the strongest arm, but he's missed so many like easy throws. Is that going to be your quarterback going forward?
You really have to set up the offense to limit those liabilities.
At
You
this
can
point,
do that.
though, I'm still taking Jaden Daniels.
I want to say I still need to see when we're watching Caleb run for his life. Number one,
Right.
it's hard to see what you saw at USC. I saw some of the same things at USC. I don't like him running around so much. He seems like he runs around unnecessarily. When Jane Daniels takes off, it's calculated.
Right.
He takes off.
And he makes good throws under pressure on the run.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's close, but
And maybe there's a little bit of FOMO over Justin Fields. That might be more for me than you guys. Because I believe that, man, you could have just kept Justin Fields and then drafted, Joe Alt, traded back, probably got another first rounder,
we could have never drafted Jamarcus Russell. How about that? How would we do that, dude? Like,
yeah, that's a tough one.
Let's just go back into history here. We can't, hey, Caleb believes this is his ability. He's said a lot of things. People, if you see he can do these things, I think it's a matter of decision making and coaching. Maybe you got to fire the coach.
It's also missing overthrow. That's the problem.
Oh, he's overthrowing like a mother.
Dude, I would fire Eberflus tomorrow.
You would have fired him yesterday.
I would, 100%.
He's already fired in your.
But I will also tell you that Caleb has missed a lot of easy throws.
Oh yeah, he has.
Maybe it's because he's been sacked 17 times in 4 games.
Right. Yeah, and he's not used to getting hit. And I get all that, right? But still, you've missed so many back shoulder throws, overthrows since week 1. And week 1, he wasn't sacked 17 times. And in the Tennessee game, he missed 4 or 5 easy throws.
Right. Okay. So leading rusher week 1 had 30 yards. Leading rusher week 2 had 18 yards. Leading rusher week 3. Let's see. Let's see if the trend continues. 30 yards.
Yeah.
Week 4, leading rusher.
How many overthrows did Caleb Williams have in week 1?
That was his first week, though. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Here's something. The Bears beat the Rams last week. Caleb Williams, 17 of 23, 157 yards and a touchdown. Okay. So pretty good percentage.
But 150 yards?
That's because of your offense. But they got 93 yards rushing at least.
Right.
That's the thing.
It's
You
the
need to
first
have a
time they've
running
had
game.
decent rushing yards.
And that's every other game they're getting 30 yards rushing.
But you also have to understand Swift had a 50-yard touchdown run.
Right. So it would have been
Yeah. Take out the 50-yard rush, and then what is his stats?
like 40 something yards.
Yeah. On like 15 carries, which is like 3 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not good.
So let's check the last game here. This was a loss, though, so they probably didn't. In 3 of 4 Commanders games, they had over 80 yards rushing by their top running back.
Oh, yeah. By Normison. Right.
Yeah. So that's what the issue is.
That's the Bears'
No
problem.
running game.
Run the ball. Like, establish a running game.
Because he's a rookie. See what's happening? Oh, Jaden Daniels is getting. Think about last year with CJ Stroud. He did really well, but you know what? They had a running game also.
Right. Had a great running game.
You need a running game for a rookie quarterback. You
Right.
can't just have him. What was the one game he threw the ball like 50 something times in a close game.
Houston game, right?
No, it was the Colts game. 52 times.
Oh, yeah. Right. Houston game. Or Indianapolis game, right.
Yeah. He should not be throwing, he should be throwing about 30 times a game.
Yeah. But we've already seen that, and Justin Fields could be a great Bears quarterback if they did the right offense for him.
Well, that's the problem. They can't even do it
Ifs
right.
and buts and candy and nuts. We all
Right.
have a Merry Christmas.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, but here's the thing. You knew this. He went to the Steelers, he's going to an organization that is going to do the right things.
And you can't really say that, oh my God, Justin Fields, if he was still at the Bears, they'd be good. Mitch Trubisky or Pickett was with the Steelers and they were good. So it doesn't matter who you're. It's not like Fields is lighting up for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns.
He had 300 yards last week.
He did have 300 yards. And he rushed for 2 touchdowns, by the way. But it doesn't even matter. But
they did lose. Oh, they did lose.
It doesn't matter who is your quarterback. Like, it's about your offense. It's about how you adjust to the person, the quarterback that's running your offense. That's the big thing. All right, well, let's get into our week 5 picks. So these are HSC Podcast NFL week 5 picks. Number 1, Tampa Bay at Atlanta. I'll go first. I am taking Tampa Bay by 7. I think Atlanta offense isn't great, and Tampa Bay will outscore them. It's like 45-38. Big scoring game.
I also got Tampa. I don't think the Falcons are that good. They got bailed out by a BS pass interference call at the very end of the game last week, so they could get a kick to win the game. So I'm also taking the Bucks. I have no faith in the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa too. It's a big show. Big show.
We're all Tampa on that one. Oh, this is a tough one because it's in London. The New York Jets at the Minnesota Vikings, Derek. What do you got?
I preface on saying this is a game that you should never bet on because you don't know what you're getting when you go to Europe.
Cross the pond.
Teams are, you think, oh, this shouldn't be that big. It would just inexplicably don't show up. But that being said, I have no faith in the Jets. I'm taking the Vikings here. I want Devontae to go to the Jets so he can be like, oh, I left one dumpster fire for another.
So Minnesota going 5-0.
Yeah.
All right. Wes, what you got?
I got Vikings too, but caution. Weird things happen in London. There's something always. It just doesn't seem like the favorites don't play as well. But Minnesota's calling.
Cross the pond. I'm taking the Jets. Here we go. Our first swing game. Minnesota has to lose. They have to lose. They can't go 5-0. No. Taking the Jets. And it's not because how good the Jets are, it's because Minnesota cannot go 5-0.
But you said that a few weeks ago. They can't go 3-0.
Right, but this is for real. So big swing game there. That's only week 2 or game 2. So Carolina at Chicago. Wes, what do you got?
At Chicago, the Red Rockets playing good.
The
Scoring
fact
points.
that's even a question is disappointing to me, Wes.
Dude, it's because of Andy Dalton, man. He's diamond.
No, it's a disappointment. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I'm taking Chicago. Let's go Bears.
Well, I'm taking No, I'm just kidding. I'm taking Chicago. Of course, I'm taking Chicago. And here it is. Taking Chicago by double digits. By 10.
I thought you were going to say like 15 or 17.
No, 10. I'm just going the first double digit of what it is. I'm just saying at home against trash ass Carolina, the Chicago Bears better win.
That the Raiders lost to.
Right.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton revenge game. He knows how to play in Chicago, right? But I'm taking the Bears. But not like by a lot. It's not going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
Well, the spread's 3.5, though. Are they going to cover?
Yeah, probably 4. But here's the thing. If they lose to the Panthers after
football.
After we fleeced the Panthers so bad, we got all these picks and everything, and then you would end up losing to them.
Yeah. And then I'm saying I quit football. It's over. I'll never play football again. Let's see. Baltimore, Cincinnati. Me. I know you guys are going to like this, but it's at Cincinnati. I'm going to take Cincinnati. Even though Baltimore is a favorite, I'm taking Cincinnati. Must-win game.
I'm taking
Yeah, but
Baltimore.
it's a must-win game for the Ravens too. So I'm taking the Ravens. They're on a hot streak now. They're starting to figure it out. Oh, here's a novel idea. Give Derrick Henry the ball.
And with a fullback or in the I formation or 8 yards back.
Yeah.
Give it to King Henry. I said Harry.
Dude, Chase and Higgins. Come on.
Omar and Henry will run for like 300 yards.
Who knows?
What do you got, Wes?
Well, I said Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, the problem is they kept trying to run the read option of Derrick Henry. No, he has to have about 8 yards of runway. And yeah, what a concept. Throwing a fullback once in a while. then they make it really tough. That run he made, the 87-yard run, that was scary. We're all watching that, and we all went silent, like, oh, dude. We just saw like we had a Minnesota fan, we had contenders, 49er fans. Like, you don't want to see that in the Super Bowl. You don't want to see him healthy like that, running like that. It's a wrap. Baltimore's winning. And by the way, the last Super Bowl that was played in New Orleans, who won?
Winning.
Baltimore.
That's coming from Wes, who's the big time Bengals guy.
Yeah, dude, I'm done with Burrow. We broke up.
You're done with Ellen?
He's moved on to Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Let's see. Miami, New England. Derek, what do you got?
Oh, I hate this so much, but I'm taking the Patriots here. The
Really?
Dolphins are just so bad. I gotta take the. I mean, the Dolphins can't even score,
They really can't.
No.
so I gotta take the Patriots. They're both really bad, but it's home game for the Patriots. Jacoby Brissett is at least serviceable.
Don't talk about Jacoby Brissett like
He's
that.
serviceable.
Yeah.
He's good at
So is a toothless woman down on 82nd, but come on, dude.
Well, he's better than what the Dolphins got.
well, I mean,
All right, Wes, what are you going with?
dude, I would say that no, I mean the Patriots, yeah, I'm taking the Patriots. I just wish the Dolphins would just, put Tyreek at quarterback and have him run option with Waddle. I mean, they might as well. Why not do that 15 plays?
Mosier can run a quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's still hurt though.
He's hurt. But Tyreek played quarterback in high school.
Put A-Chain in there then. Come on.
Dude,
You
Tyreek can throw the ball good enough.
You put Tyreek at running back, and then you put H.N. and right back there, Waddle at the bone position, and that way you can run triple option nonstop.
Yeah. You'll be like Army, dude.
Well, that's why I'm taking Miami, because that's what they're going to do.
Oh, jeez.
Do you guys both just realize that you picked New England?
I know. Who would
Have
have
you
thought?
both been have you watched the Dolphins play lately? Seriously.
Yeah, it's atrocious.
It's New England.
Very disappointing.
Hey, New England beat the Bengals.
I feel bad about bringing up my Dolphins cup that I did as a child.
Well, I got to tell you, Wes, I'm taking Miami by 3. That's what's happening right now.
So it's 3-0 is the final score, you're saying?
Yeah, 3-0. Miami by 3. Okay, Wes. Cleveland at the Commanders. It's a tough game.
Oh, come on. Dude.
Commanders 3.5 point favorite.
I don't care. They're going Commanders. Come on, Commodores. Let's go. Yeah, they're going to win. Hopefully they win. I think it's gonna be a close game though. I think Cleveland's gonna come out and play better. Yeah, it'll be close.
With the point spread and my preseason picks, I gotta stick with Cleveland.
Oh, you have to.
I have to. I'm rolling with them, dude.
You already went all in, dude.
I'm all in. I'm pot committed.
All in like freaking
pot committed, dude.
You went in like Matt Damon Rounders, dude. Like up against Knish, dude. And you just got cleaned out. You cannot go out. You have to take Cleveland the rest
I'm
of the
going Cleveland. I'm going Cleveland.
Steve might be real ahead a lot or behind a lot here because I got the Commanders. The Browns gave up over 100 and something yards to the worst running offense in the NFL and the Raiders. Their defense is not what it was last year.
No.
And their offense is garbage.
Well, I mean, did you see Deshaun Watson in the first quarter? I almost cried. Like, I haven't seen him look like this. He
You were
looks like
down
an
10
all-pro again.
nothing.
Dude, I know they were like, and he's running around. Remember, he doesn't. I don't want to run that much. It's like he was running, he was throwing. I was like, of course he's going to do this against the Raiders. I haven't seen him do this in 3 years.
Dude,
And then he went
needs
down.
he needs to run like there's a lawsuit chasing him.
There is one.
There is one, by the way, dude.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, they had a 10-0 lead, and that went by like poof because the defense couldn't hold it.
I'm just saying, dude, when it was 10 nothing, you guys were really like not happy. Let's just admit that.
Yeah, but yeah, well, I wasn't really caring too much because it's like, okay, no Adams, no Crosby.
Right.
I had the Browns winning, so I was wrong.
Yeah, it was still rough though, dude. When I was like, oh, dude, it went 10 nothing, like what it was like 5, 6 minutes into the quarter. That was rough. But you guys going Commanders, so let's see. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Uh let's just go west. No, that's mine, actually. Indianapolis at Jacksonville. Jeez.
Can I flip a coin?
I think, yeah, it is a coin flip.
No.
Jacksonville's got the points. And it's Flacco, dude. Flacco's gonna be starting. You can't beat Flacco. I'm taking Indianapolis.
I'm gonna go the Steve thought process here.
You can't lose them all.
You can't go 0-5 Jaguars.
No.
So they're gonna win. The Colts, even without right there, whoever's at quarter, the Colts, you can't. I would never want to bet on a
It's
Colts.
Flacco, by the way.
Right. But I never want to bet on a Colts game because you never know what you're gonna get. But I'm taking yeah. I got the Jags. They have to win, right? They're at
No,
home.
Flacco goes for 350 and 3 touchdowns. But it's a good thought process because
Fair to you.
that's how you win. What do you got, Wes? Indianapolis and
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. You're taking Jacksonville?
I flipped a
Two?
coin. It says Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But I will say this. The Jacksonville better win. They named the stadium after Trevor Lawrence. Dude, when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's cute. That's adorable. Who names the... Oh, my God, dude.
him and Bryce
Maybe that's
Young.
what the Bears need to do. Change the name from Soldier Field to
Dude. Bryce Young and Trevor Lawrence have the same stats in their first 18 games.
Mhm. Well, and then here's also though Anthony Richardson is day to day. He's probably playing on Sunday.
Dude, Anthony Richardson, what has he played? Half his games or less? This dude can't stay healthy. Buffalo at Houston. Wes, what do you got?
I'm taking Houston. No. Tough
You're gonna
game.
take Houston here?
Yeah, Buffalo's reeling, man. They just got punched in the mouth, and Josh's a little banged up. He's kind of hurt.
Found out what a real team plays like.
So, yep.
I mean, I got Houston as well,
They're
actually.
playing along.
I think it's a close game. I think it goes back and forth, a lot of turnovers. I think they're both reeling a little bit, but Houston wins in the end by a field goal.
This is a tough one for me because
Derek's taking Buffalo.
no, I actually have the Texans. But it's hard because the Texans they haven't looked that great.
Not at all.
They are not who we thought they were.
They are not who they thought we are.
Well, let my fuck.
But I'm taking them at home. I feel like the Bills got like this huge it's like right now they're like saying the Ravens are the best team in the NFL.
Right.
Okay, it's like the big overreaction about the Bills. Like a few weeks ago. Now it's
Because they
going to
haven't
be
played
Ravens.
anybody, dude.
No, and I said I had to console my Buffalo friends. I said, I told you, because they're like, hey, dude, we could go undefeated. They're joking.
We're
going
the best
undefeated.
team
I
in
go,
the
dude,
league.
don't
Yeah,
even
we're
say you're going
undefeated.
undefeated. That is hideous.
Get
Because
out
you know
of
what?
here, dude.
You know what you don't have? You don't have a stud number one receiver, and that's
Until they
why
trade for Devontae.
that's what I said. Because he's like, what receiver are we gonna get? I go, our receiver, dude. And what happens? Really?
Well, you gotta understand Buffalo hasn't played anybody yet, so getting smacked in the mouth by the Ravens, who is a top tier team in the AFC, like that's what it is, dude. You can play the worst teams you ever want to play, but then when you come to play the Ravens, you better be ready to play, and they weren't.
Yeah. And there's too much hype. Whenever the hype is there,
Yeah.
the hype train, you know?
All right, so you're taking are you taking Houston, Wes? Is that what you're taking?
Yeah.
Yep, we all took Houston.
All right. All right. Las Vegas at Denver. Derek, what do you got?
Well,
Your team. It's your team.
today during the day, I was all like, F the Raiders. I'm taking Denver. I'm so pissed. And then as more came out, then I realized, no, it was really more Adams being a jerk.
Right.
I feel like the Raiders will come together like they did last week against the Browns. We have like Snowden and stuff. Tyree Wilson played well. I still don't trust the Broncos at all. So I'm taking the Raiders.
I agree 100%, dude, because I don't care if you have Adams or not. I think the Raiders are a better team than the Broncos, and regardless of Devontae Adams, they still win this game. Even at Denver, because they love to go into Denver and win.
Yeah.
All the time, dude.
Yes.
They love
get
to
up
beat
for
up
it.
Denver at home, so I'm taking the Raiders.
Yeah. All hands on deck. That's the way they are right now. Is Max going to play? Probably going to play?
He might. We'll see.
Dude, he's probably going to get up for it. He probably will play. Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders too. Still the Broncos. Broncos feel good about themselves, but that's Raiders win.
All right, Wes. Arizona at San Francisco.
I'm taking San Francisco, but not to cover. I think it's going to be a close game.
What's the
7.5.
cover?
7.5.
7. You don't think they'll cover that against Arizona?
Well, Arizona. I mean, look at New England. I mean, they beat New England, but they're still missing guys. You know, now they're talking about. I can't think. It was Debo's out, and then you got Christian McCaffrey possibly having tendonitis is Achilles. That's what they said.
Chris McCaffrey's done for the year.
Yeah, he's done. Remember that's what I had.
But Jordan Mason's killing it, dude. 124 yards a game.
It's nice, but it's not Christian McCaffrey. I'm just saying Arizona can put up points, and they can stay with the Niners for a bit. I'm still taking the Niners. I just don't think they'll win that lot.
You realize they just lost the Commanders 42-14.
Because the Commanders are that good.
The Commanders are that good.
I told you. And they better not lose to the Browns, dude. I'm going to blame you.
Commanders are that good, dude.
No, watch them
Um,
lose to the Browns, and I got to do the walk of shame.
no, I mean I'm taking San Francisco here too. At home to cover 7.5. I got them by 9 because Arizona's just not that good, and San Francisco, even with their half of their second team, is still better.
But that's the way Arizona is. They can beat the best team in the NFL, and they can just take a complete, you know what?
Yeah, you
And that's what
don't
they
know
do.
what they're going to
That's
do.
why they'll never be a serious contender because they
Yeah.
just don't care. It's Arizona. Like, why would they care?
I'm still taking San Francisco by 9. What do
I'm
you
taking
got
the
there?
Niners too, but be wary of the Cardinals. You never know. This is what happens to the Niners.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're injured, that's for sure. But can the Cardinals, overcome that? I don't know. You're taking San Francisco as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. The Rams. Oh, wait. Green Bay at the Rams. I took Green Bay last week, and it was the biggest disappointment of my life. I almost cried in the shower. So I'm taking the Rams. I'll never pick Green Bay ever again in my life.
Well, they lost, right?
It doesn't matter because I picked them to win.
Yeah, that's what you should do
That's what
is
I'm
keep picking
saying.
them
They
to
will
win
never
so then
ever
they
I will
lose.
pick them to die in the oblivious of death.
Well, now that Steve picked against the Packers, I have to take the Packers here because they'll probably win now. But here's the thing, as we talked about this, the Packers are 2-2, right? Who is the starting quarterback in their 2 wins?
Yeah, Malik Willis.
And who's in those 2 losses?
Yeah.
There's a quarterback controversy.
There
I
is a
just think
controversy.
Jordan Love is coming back down to earth this year. I know he's a little banged up. I just can't take the Rams because they have no receivers.
Yeah.
Tyree Williams goes for 200.
Yeah. So does Josh Jacobs then. But yeah, I'm taking the Packers. I don't want to, but I think Jordan Love has a bad game.
Yeah. All right, Wes, what do you got? Packers. I mean, do we have to hear a reason, or it just doesn't even matter?
It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter.
All right, Derek. The Giants at Seattle.
No, it's Seattle. You got to take Seattle here. They're at home. Giants can't come over all the way to Seattle and win. They're not that good.
Oh, they also suck. Yeah.
Yeah, Seattle's not as good as their record shows, but they're at home, so I'm going to take Seattle.
What do you got, Wes?
Yeah, if you like swap quarterbacks, like let's say Danny Dimes went to Seattle and Geno Smith went to the Giants, would Seattle be as good or worse? Like,
I think they'd be better.
yeah?
Yeah. I hate Geno Smith, just to be honest.
No. He's on your all hate team, we know.
Yes.
You get Danny Dimes, those receivers.
I would put Daniel Jones there 100 times over Geno Smith.
I think he needs a new start. I think maybe that might help. But saying that, I'm taking the Seahawks, but it's going to be close. I think they keep it close.
It's funny because I have the Seahawks too by a bunch.
Bunches.
I think Danny Dimes throws 3 interceptions this game,
Yeah.
and Witherspoon gets 2 of them. So that's my call. Seattle by 14. And by the way, last week, 4 of the games, I picked the exact score or points, not score, points.
There you go. Maybe you should go up with West tonight to the,
Dude. Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
Paulie, can Steve come out and play?
What do you got? Giants at Seahawks there.
I started it. I said Seahawks.
Oh, you got Seahawks. Okay, so Dallas at Pittsburgh. Man, I gotta just stick with what I got. I was back and forth in this one, but I'm staying with Dallas. Justin Fields has been playing well. Pittsburgh defense is great, but Dallas, you gotta win this. So I'm going Dallas here. 8 points.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas also. This is the game where people go, oh, right, this is why Justin Fields isn't a starting quarterback anymore. This is where we realize, oh man, Bears made the right decision.
Yeah.
So I'm taking
Fields can't handle the pressure.
Yeah, I just don't think he can do I mean, Trubisky was good too at one point when he didn't have to do much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking Cowboys too. I never thought we'd all three be unanimous on the Cowboys. Something
But
going
we're
on.
all three betting on the Cowboys.
Whoa.
That's horrible.
That's because we
Okay.
want them to lose, so they'll probably lose now.
Yeah.
Here we go, Derek. Final game Monday night. New Orleans at Kansas City.
Since it's in the Kansas City, I'm taking the Chiefs. It's on Monday night, so the refs are going to give them as many calls as they want. So
Oh yeah. Is Taylor going to be at the game?
probably.
Oh yeah, then yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs still.
Yeah. Well, I got a little swing game for you guys
Oh jeez.
because I'm picking New Orleans. Shaheed gets 2 touchdowns in the first quarter,
Well,
and New Orleans wins. Taking New Orleans.
I've seen that story before. The Chiefs or the Saints go up, and all of a sudden the flags come out and everything starts happening, and the Chiefs end up winning.
Patrick Mahomes making out with refs.
Dude, Derek Carr seen it many times too. Just think about the game where he got that roughing the passer call on him, and then the whole stadium booed the entire game.
Oh, it's
Then all of a
horrible.
sudden, every single call went against the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just times for Kansas City to lose. So
yeah.
I'm going
Gronk
with
even
that.
said that Kansas City gets more calls than the Patriots.
I don't know about that. That's pretty close.
No.
Well, look at every game that the Patriots or that
Dude,
the Chiefs have
come
won
on.
this year.
Tom Brady. I mean, you got to know Brady got the calls.
Right, but just look at every game for the Chiefs this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Mahomes doesn't get the calls because he does, but Tom Brady got the calls for 7 Super Bowls later. That's crazy. And I'm sure Mahomes will win 7 Super Bowls. He's already 3 there.
Yeah, something like that.
So he's going to get there too. Because, the NFL has their poster boys that they want to win and they want to, push the league forward, get more voters. That's what they do.
So they just have one team that everybody hates that they can't never beat.
And then guess what? You got to have a great quarterback. Who's that right now? Patrick Mahomes. Who used to beat?
No.
Tom Brady, Joe Montana,
Uh,
Dan Marino, Terry Bradshaw. Like it just goes back. All these guys won all the championships and all the stats.
you didn't say Kenny Stabler. Jim Plunkett.
That's
Come
even
on.
before that, though. You got to go back further. Those are before Bradshaw and Montana. All right, so wrap it up here. How many swing games do we have? I think we had a few. Was like 4 or 5? Oh,
Yeah, probably.
yeah. So I'm trying to catch up here with you, Wes. I gained at least one game. We got 10-6, 10-6, 11-5, going to the new week. How did the let's finish up with fantasy football here. I think we all three won, right?
Barely. I thought I was going to
Oh,
lose.
dude.
I was
Wes,
like,
yours was brutal because you lost until that last touchdown.
well, no. Then I almost lost again because St. Brown had the touchdown.
Oh,
Yeah.
then St. Brown
And then they
threw
got the ball back.
touchdown.
I'm like, do not give the ball to Gibbs. Do not give the ball to Gibbs. Like I'm like jumping on my team, like, do not give him. I'm up by 1 point. And I won by 1. Then I went and talked to Brian. I go, hey, dude, look at this. I won by 1 point. He's like, oh, you still might lose.
Right, because
Yeah,
they
the
stack
adjusted. But when does the receiver throw the touchdown?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Well, that was a great. If Goff wouldn't have got that safety, you would have lost.
It's true.
So now where we standing? Let's see. So Derek, you're 3-1. I'm 3-1, and Team Knight's 3-1.
And tons of 2-2s.
Yeah, lots of 2-2s. Wes, you're 2-2. Everybody else is 2-2 except Josh is 1-3, and Raul's 0-4.
Which he would have beat me if it wasn't for Derrick Henry.
Dude, you got lucky on that one. Who's the leading scorer in the league?
You are.
Oh, 538. Then Randy at 503. Boy, that was a big difference because the first 2 weeks I was horrible.
Ever since Cup got hurt, it's kind of messed my team up. Whoa, and Tua getting hurt.
Well, that's bad for Miami too, dude.
Well,
They
that's
look
the thing is
so
I have
bad.
Tyreek Hill. Hill does nothing now.
Right. Like, how bad is that for Miami? Why? Tua's not that good, dude.
He just knows how to do it. Here's so Tyreek Hill had 26 points week 1, then 6, 7, and 8.
Jeez. I don't know why Tua's the guy though. What's funny is Raul also has 523 points against him.
Yeah. He's got the bad luck.
Yeah, so what it really is it's not like how good your team is, it's how much the team you're
Right.
playing against. Because he also has 432 points. That's not horrible. Actually,
It's the
that's
second worst
second to
scores though,
last. Yeah, never mind.
behind Wes.
The only person to worse is Wes. How is Wes 2-2?
Dude, it's skill, dude. I know how to play with nothing.
You're 66 points behind the person against you, and you're second to last in total points.
I play defense, man.
No, he is last in total points.
Doesn't matter.
No, oh,
Wait.
points for he is last. You're right. So you're last in points for, dude.
Well, that's because week 3 he had 75.
Jeez.
Oh.
And let Big Mike win. Now Big Mike is 2-2.
Right. And Derek doesn't want the consolation prize that Big Mike has for him.
I already beat Big Mike once this year, so I'm scared. I've got Team Awesome this week, and she's tough.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
Team Awesome is the best.
2-2 though. Like the ups and downs she's going through, I hear it all the time.
Oh, I bet.
Well, yeah, because she beat you in week 1.
Oh yeah? I should be 4-0. Only loss is to my sister. What's going on there? All right, guys. We'll wrap it up here. 11-5. You guys were 10-6, 10-6. So getting back on the positive side.
32-32 for the year.
Yeah, I think we accomplished the mission of getting back to 500, right? So
Yep.
here we go. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Any comments on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, Spotify? Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time.